Hi everyone, this Web 2.0 technology is called Quizlet. Quizlet is an online flashcard program where you can create digital flashcards, and you can use it for anything that you would create any kind of flashcards for. It's great for memorization, for in-class quizzing. I saw it used in an ESL class to quiz primarily Spanish-speaking students on different English verbs. So a picture of the verb was on one side of the card, and then the flip side had the English verb and then the Spanish translation underneath it. This definitely falls under the Bloom's taxonomy level of remembering, because flashcards are a great tool for memorization. So I'm going to walk you through how to create your own set of flashcards. So you start by hitting the Create button up at the top, and we're going to create a set of flashcards on the colors of the rainbow. So the first thing you'll see under the title is this Import from Word, Excel, Google Docs, and this is great if you have your terms and definitions laid out in Microsoft Word and Excel, and you could just copy and paste the data right into this box, and it will create flashcards based on the information you pasted. Unfortunately, while I'm screencasting, my computer gets a little fussy, and I can't show you this function, but it really is that easy. And then once you're done, you just hit import, and it creates all of your flashcards for you. So for now, we're going to do things the manual way. So if you go down to your first card, you enter your term, and we're going to enter the term red. It will auto-suggest words for you. You can ignore that if you want. The definition, these flashcards, as I mentioned before, are often used for vocabulary purposes when you're testing other languages. So it will suggest a translated version of your term, but you can add in your own definition. So we're going to say first color in rainbow. And then if you wanted a picture to go with it, you can either upload your own, or it will search based on your term. We're just going to use this one. And, you know, obviously you can create flashcards on any subject matter you'd like. In the context of like this class, for example, we could do flashcards on the different tools on our wiki page. So you could have the tool on one side over here, where it says term, and you could have the use for the tool over by the definition side and include a picture. Then we're going to stick with the rainbow for now, and we're going to do orange, and we're going to do second color in the rainbow. And now let's say that's all I wanted. I just wanted to test myself on the first two colors. I could delete these other cards. And then let's say I decided, you know what? Nope, I really do need to know what that third color is. Better test myself. Let's say third color in the rainbow is our definition. But now that's it. Those are the only colors I want to test myself, so let's create our flashcard deck. And you'll see this window pop up. It's going to ask if we want to send the slide deck anywhere, or if we want to copy the link, or if we want to add it to class or folder. This is referring to if you teach a bunch of different classes, you can create folders in Quizlet and save different flashcard decks in each class. But we're going to skip over that for now because it's just the one class here. So this is our slide deck. And you can see if you scroll down the different terms in the set that we just created. And if we decided we wanted to add more, we could always do that. But let's look at our flashcards. So you can, if you're in a big classroom, you can expand them so that it takes up the full screen. But you'll see the front of the flashcards has the term that we added. And then, you know, this is the point in the class where you would say, okay, red, what is the definition of red in terms of the colors of the rainbow? And I would say, oh, I know, it's the first color of the rainbow. So I would click on my card, and ta-da, it's the first color in the rainbow, I got it. And then to see the other, I make myself laugh. To see the other cards in the deck, you would use these directional arrows. So let's move on to the next one. It's the same thing. Orange, second color. Oh my gosh. Second color in the rainbow. And then there are different options for how you can view your flashcards, but this could get pretty long because there are a whole bunch of different features in Quizlet. You can add scores, you can print out the flashcards, you can embed them anywhere. But what I want to show you next is a really cool feature. So we're going to create a new slide deck, and it's called Colors of the Rainbow, Part 2. And I want to show you this feature where you can add and label a diagram. So we're going to choose an image, or you can drag and drop, but I'm just going to choose. And now we have a whole image here, and I want to add hotspots and test the class on the different hotspots. So let's click in the red, and we would add our term here and add the definition, first color in the rainbow here. In the rainbow we want to add. And because it's pulling from a picture and not just a term, it gets a little fussy sometimes. It might ask if we, you need more than one flashcard to have a whole set. So now let's add another point, and we'll do orange. And the definition is second color. We'll add that. There we go. Now let's create our deck. Is it going to yell at me? Yes, it is going to yell at me. So it says I need to choose a term language to create a set. So because unlike when we entered the terms manually and we were typing it out, we're pulling from a picture. So it just wants to know what language we're using. And we are speaking in English. So now we can create our set. And this is what it looks like when you're pulling from the diagram. Get out of here. Come on. So if you hover over the hotspots, it gives you the term and the definition. And the first thing I thought when I saw this feature was like, wow, that's really cool for, like an anatomy class. Like if let's say you were looking at the different parts of the eye, and you would have an image of an eye, and you could hover over, okay, here's the iris, the cornea, but you could do it for anything. It's just another way of presenting information for maybe people who are more of a visual learner than people who like to read. Like maybe, some learners prefer to look at images instead. So that is Quizlet. It's very easy to use. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun way to add like a game component to your classes. And you could share them. You could have students create their own flashcards. You could create flashcards for your students. And there's all sorts of fun stuff you could do with Quizlet.